Hello. Oh. Hello. Welcome. How's it going? We're doing something a little different today. And who knows how that's gonna go. Because the last time I tried to spout some game design facts, it was not received well. Goodness. Okay. But yeah, how's it going? How's it going? Before we get into it, obviously. I'm a little eepy today. Just a little eepy sleepy. Whoa, double tap the screen to show the menu. Thanks. Just in time for me to sit down with food. Nice. Perfect timing. Ooh, I need water. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to make sure I had some water. And okay. So, I've never had to make this disclaimer before. I'm sure it'll get refined if I do this again and we feel like doing that. Or feel like it's a good disclaimer that covers everything. So, yeah, we're playing the Primal today. And my intention of doing this was that I thought, you know, it'd be very interesting is if I actually tried to apply any of my design knowledge that I have and look at other characters. Because I was like, you know, playing Ascension 20 flagbearer is really fun. But you want to know what? Maybe we should break up the monotony a little bit by trying something else. And I thought that this might be something interesting that I can do. Oh. I got a terrible grade back on one of my exams, but I popped the fuck off while on the phone with my mom because I was pretty sure I'd have flunked it. Oh? Is that... Wait, so by popped off, do you mean like you got in an argument? As in, like, that was a difficult conversation for you to have? Or, like, you convinced them that you actually did a lot better than you thought you were gonna do? Oh, I see. Okay. Nice. Well, that's good. That's good that you did only slightly bad instead of, like, literally failing the entire class. Oh, damn it. I double-clicked the push to mute again. Okay. So the thing that I was going to say was, we're going to try looking at the design, broad category design of the character, of this character, which I have not yet prepared any, like, heuristics for us to look at in order to judge these things. I don't intend on making a bingo card. That's a funny meme. Shots fired. Which, to be clear, the person that uses a bingo card actually has pretty decent justifications for a lot of the reasons they have. It's just, why the fuck did you put it on a bingo card? Okay. I usually don't suddenly start talking in English, but sometimes it happens like that. Oh, you said fuck yeah? Oh, nice. I'm gonna eventually get through this disclaimer. I should really, like, make a more coherent one. But the point is, we're looking at the design. So things that aren't designed that I don't care about are the art when it doesn't pertain to understandability, the programming of the cards when it has to do with, like, you know, functionality, or if it has to do with like bugs and stuff. So it's like if a card is bugged or an interaction is bugged, Like, that's not actually bad design. It's bad programming. And those are not the same thing. Yeah, this is a new mod. I wanted to try something new today that I've thought about for a little bit. And then I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do it or not. Because I feel like the thing that would make this show very successful is if I was extremely negative the entire time and I just shit on the thing for like an hour, and then people would get really mad. And then the people who, like, you know, want to see me shit on the thing will be like, haha, yes, I could be mad at the thing. Or the people who don't want me to be mad at the thing will get farmed because they click on the video and then I get mad at the thing that they like. I don't want to do that because I think that's stupid. And it's not my intention. So what we're going to be trying to do is to see, you know, like, what is the designer of this mod trying to accomplish? Like, what, you know, what design intents are clear, like what design intents are not clear. Maybe, like, certain cards might seem a little bit odd, like in a vacuum, right? Like, do cards relate to one another? You know, is it reasonable to, like, assemble some kind of strategy? How do, like, the different sub-archetypes, not that every, say, the Spire mod is sorted by archetypes because whatever, but oftentimes there are, like, underlying mechanics that, like, tie the character together, which I think is useful, you know, for a number of reasons. So we're gonna look for stuff like that, basically. Also, welcome. Sorry, I didn't say welcome to Coffin, Poi, Cesar, and Rance. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so we're just gonna try and, like, figure it out. Obviously, I thought the best way to do this is to play more from a player perspective. In, like, the first, like, if we run through it once, like, let's try and just, like, be a player and, like, play it, comment on what's, like, fun, what's not fun. Stuff like that, and then maybe we can be a little bit more nice art, by the way. Are you commenting on the one that is on the screen? The art by Tom Abaddon Bloom is very beefy, very cool. The only reason why there's ambiguity here is because I literally posted art before I went live. And sometimes that happens. Yeah, the one on the community tab. Okay, so there was reason to be confused. Thank you. I appreciate that. I in fact posted some sweater art. It's art of me wearing a sweater. And in the end, complain when you lost because you always do a misplay and skill issues. Well, the thing is, like, our goal is maybe not, you know, we're not necessarily trying to win. We're trying to understand what is happening here. So I think the first thing is that they have 80 HP. I believe is comparable to Ironclad. So also, this is the other thing, is that we'll probably be making comparisons to, we're not starting Ascension 20. We will probably be making comparisons to other characters or other cards. I'm going to generally try to not compare to Flagbearer because that doesn't seem correct. I think the design heuristics from the first 4 characters are more correct than using other modded characters. So, yeah. So they have 80 HP, which kind of makes sense. They have a passive, which says they take damage, they get 6 Vigor. I don't know if I remember what that does. You mean that drawing of you with the caption, "I tried"? Well, that one's not done yet. That one is on the way to being done, probably. I think there's some ambiguity with how that drawing reads because there are no shadows. But I think after putting shadows, it'll maybe be easier to understand what is happening in that picture. So yeah, they have 80 HP, 6 vigor. I don't remember what this does, so we'll find out. Your stream hates me and always sends me back. What do you mean back? Why me? Okay, so what does vigor do? Your next attack deals additional damage. So, I'm assuming this is the core aspect of the character, or a core aspect of the character is that we'll be trading HP in some manner for attack power. Probably ways to like deal damage to myself in order to trigger this, you know, stuff like that. Echo Becco effect. Isn't that one at the start of your start of the combat? Oh, sorry, that was the other thing I was gonna say. So I didn't fully clarify, but so we will compare. We will probably end up comparing cards to other cards, but probably one of the most important things, as I said, figures the Echo Becco effect. Oh, I see. Interesting. Oh, vigor. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, true. Yeah. So the actual effect of your next attack is modified is the Echo Becco effect. Got it. I see. Yeah, so like we're probably not going to be commenting on stuff like, guys, the art is bad. Like, because that's not important for design. All of this stuff could literally be cubes, and it doesn't matter. It's only the first time you take damage, or first time you lose HP. So the thing about comparisons, draft context is very important. So let's say, for example, I got a card that is like literally backflip. That card is different on different characters. It is, you know, like, I'm gonna say the art is bad. Sure, that's fair. I would say that the art is not exceptional, but it is good enough. Yeah, so backflip is different on different characters. So that's just kind of how it works. Yeah, only card art if it doesn't match. Yeah, so a nice thing for readability is definitely background color. That's like an easy thing for us to like kind of mention and then kind of move on. So, oh, I should check the starting deck. Right. So we have, wow, and check this out. See, big brain. Look at this guy. Check that out. Clear red background, clear blue background. Extremely important for card readability. Thank you. Apply 6 brand. Okay, prevents healing. I don't know where that is relevant. I guess we will find out. When brand exceeds, or when brand equals or exceeds the current health, target gets exposed. I do not know what exposed does. Oh, it says it immediately after. Causing them to receive 50% more damage from attacks and beasts. Ooh, so I will have to manage beasts, maybe. That wasn't necessary. It's okay to... It's okay to have an opinion. That's not... But I don't want to bully people's art, I guess. That's me personally. But people are allowed to have opinions. Okay, so when brand exceeds a thing, causing them to receive 50% more damage. So this is basically vulnerable for attacks and beasts. And only if the brand is above the current health. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if this card... I don't know what this card does at a baseline. So it's kind of... It's supposed to be a finisher, right? Like, this is meant to... like, make sure something is dead. I guess it gets around block. That's interesting. Like, I'm just trying to think of scenarios where this is active. And... Because, like, let's say you're striking for 6. They have brand 6, so it's going to do more damage, which doesn't end up doing anything. Obviously, you would say, well, the upgrade is there. So I guess if they have 6, but then, like, a certain amount of defense, then this would work. Summon an iguana parrot. Oh, I was doing it with the 10 seconds. Okay, so this summons a creature. Create a friendly creature that attacks enemies and takes damage instead of you. So this is also a block. Requires that you sacrifice health to summon it and disappears once its health reaches 0. So it attacks for 5. So this is like draw 1 strike a turn. It also applies a weak. So does this trigger at the end of the turn? That attacks. I'm assuming it attacks at the end of turn. Looks like a lot of hoops for vulnerable, even if it lasts the rest of the fight. Yeah, so I guess the difference is that it's kind of vulnerable, but it is like always applied. So you can do it on multiple or subsequent reshuffles, and I'm assuming there are other ways to apply brand based on it being in the starting deck. Yeah, so this is interesting because you can sacrifice health to summon the thing. So companion triggers this, which gives you more damage, and then so you companion into playing a thing, and then that's kind of the synergy. So I think a really important thing about like health management in Slay the Spire is that it's pretty like health in Slay the Spire is the axis that like doesn't change a whole lot. Like there are very minimal HP healing cards. Like there's a large scarcity on like HP manipulation basically. So, and that's to prevent things like having cards which say heal and then stalling and then playing those cards in order to be at very high HP. I guess like the example I can think of from the base game is Reaper and Ironclad with strength. So like it is a winning strategy to play Reaper with strength because you simply can't die anymore. Like you just like gain 36 HP back and then you don't die. So so certainly when something references HP manipulation, I get a little concerned that there will be healing mechanics, and in what quantity, we have no idea, but just something to be aware of, right? Like that is not a conclusion, that is a reference to a heuristic that we can like think about as we're playing the character. So, let's transform a strike. Wordbreaker. Deal 5 to all enemies for each enemy in the combat. Deal 5 to all enemies for each enemy in the combat. So this is Bowling Bash AoE, I think. Kind of interesting. So this certainly would be an example, I think, of like a low floor card, extremely high ceiling. I guess to all enemies for each enemy in the combat. So is this a multi-hit attack or... I love bully mods with other mods. What? Yeah, so if there were 3, is it 15 to each? So it's 1 mana. Yeah, I think the only question is if this is like a 3x scaling or not. But yeah, 1 mana deal 15, conditional. It's comparable to like conclude. Conclude has end turn, obviously. Welcome, Rav. I'm sorry. Wait, do I have a... I do! Thank you for the head pat. Appreciate that. Okay. So that was like 8 minutes of... 8 minutes of talking. So... I mean, I'm gonna play Slay the Spire the way that I generally play Slay the Spire. So we'll see how that goes. could just be like wrong or something. I don't know. Reading Flower and Lyrilytes. I'm doing good. Oh, so interesting. So it summons the companion to the orb slot. I guess it uses all the orb stuff. So here's the thing that's interesting is, once again, I met with the tension that I don't actually want to use the companion. So this is, again, like what I'm concerned about. So I think a standard player would play this card here and simply use companion, like, let's say, in order to trigger this, right? The thing is, we can't block for 11, which means that this is kind of like I just take damage. So if I don't use up the 5 HP from summoning this, then, right? Then I just take 5. Or I take whatever the difference. It'll trigger regardless. Exactly, which is why I just want to block here. But what I'm saying is that there's tension between wanting to play this card. So for a base deck card, I would almost imagine that there should be like it should be pretty core to wanting to use the card. But I'm immediately met with tension on whether I want to play it or not. Okay, so this is not a multi-scalar. Oh wait, no, I still don't know because that's from Akabeko. I'm glad the Primal in-game has my build. That means I'm ripped. Baby people just need to take pictures. What the hell? So yeah, again, I'm just playing it kind of slow. So I wonder if brand is going to matter in this combat, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so ripped baby, not saying baby people. What? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, Rance. What are you better English, please. So, no flagbearer mod run? No. So what we're doing today is that we are playing another mod with the intention of looking at its design, I suppose, in some degree of depth. Again, we are not playing this with the purpose of shitting on it. We simply want to maybe learn some things about design. I don't know. We're just trying it, seeing how it goes. This was on the front page of mods. Hasn't been played a whole bunch yet, so we'll figure it out. Okay, so we have brand 12. So this is kind of interesting because we're on turn 6, and like our turnover rate currently is like 2 and a little bit. So it's like by turn 4 we could have branded twice. By turn 6 it's possible we could have branded, 3 times at this point. So I'm trying to find out what, like, we could assume that the expected value of like dealing the damage of this is. I'm also really curious where the negate healing effect is relevant. Like if it's relevant for a specific card or not. So it's like maybe there are effects which incidentally heal things that you are attacking, and then brand is supposed to prevent that from happening. If I wanted to shit on something, I'd play the Pokemon games. Yes, punctuation matters a lot. Please. Ripped baby pictures. What the fuck? I'm eating a burrito over here. Yeah, so this is really interesting. So what I'm saying is that, so brand does actually work if, like, you can make it through your deck. Because now we have vulnerable active. And like, let's say, for example, our deck was 10, which means our turnover rate is 2. the expected turn of killing something like Hexaghost is turn 9. For Guardian, it's a little bit later, right? So if it's like 6 brand per turnover, and then in 8 turns, that means brand would be at 24. Still kind of like, 24, or if it's upgraded, it's 40. I still find it a little bit hard to know if that's relevant to fighting like a boss or something like that. So I know that what I'm gathering from this, or like from the card Assess Foe, like by the word of it, right, is that like we want to get stronger the more we kind of like interpret or understand about the monster that we're fighting, which I think is really cool, like as an idea. I'm just trying to think of like how this scaling could match, could fit within like the metrics of Slay the Spire. Because basically it means it's like we want our damage to increase every turnover, kind of like slowly. It's kind of like, it's weird strength scaling. It's weird scaling. You ordered a new plush? Oh, what's it up? What'd you get? Okay, deal 6 and command. Summoned beast attacks. Oh, do we need to command it in order for the summoned beast to attack? Jerry rig. Add a contraption. So this gives a card to your hand. Retain. When retained, prime. Gain 0. Oh, energy. So I'm assuming prime makes it give you more energy back. So this is like 2 mana invest into 1 plus whatever. It seems a little slow. Maybe. Was the person who made this mod part of the community? No. We are simply taking a look at it because I want content. If you don't have a beast, gain 11 block. So I kind of wonder if there are ways for me to manipulate whether I have a beast or not. Because getting a beast is sort of like in the base deck, and I imagine, right? So I just saw your community post. Why are you a mommy now? I am not. So I was donated to and requested to make Big Boopa Flaris in a sweater by one of the community members. So I did it. And I'm determining that I should probably be... I should have better prices for commissions, because they take me a while. I think command just makes for an additional attack. Yeah, I think so. So this is like strike plus. I'll be your beast farm. Calm down! Calm down! Yeah, I mean, it's pretty based, honestly. Was just wondering where you found it, since couldn't see any YouTube videos about it. I just went to the mod front page. It's currently on the mod front page. Yeah, so Underbrush, I always wonder about these cards. So like this has the same thing. I don't want to make flagbearer comparisons, but it's basically like, so this card is on, you know, like when, like before you have summoned a beast. However, the main mechanic is to summon a beast, I imagine. That's kind of like one of the main things you want to be doing. So I get concerned about this card where like the payoff isn't, like the payoff is 11 block. You know, I kind of, like that's not exceptionally super valuable. And then when you start like doing the main mechanic of the character, or at least one of the perceivable main mechanics, like it turns this card off and then it's a dead draw. So dead draws in Slay the Spire are really tough. So giving yourself a curse basically for doing the main mechanic of your character is maybe a bit questionable. I'm not sure about that. If you're up against a single enemy, maybe, I don't know, beasts work with multi-hits. It's just 11 block. Yeah, so I wonder if... I guess my observation is just that, like, you assumably want to be participating in summoning beasts, because that's, like, part of the character, or it's, like, in the base deck. So, not having a way to toggle it off, I guess, I wonder, is, like... Or... Not to my understanding right now, there's a way to, like, toggle it. I guess, interestingly, wait, does this exhaust? It does not. Okay. So, yeah, I guess after you take damage... 11 block for 1 is pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah. I mean, it's certainly a lot of upfront block. I guess the idea is that you can summon a thing, and then when your thing dies, like, this will be active. So, let's say you split your HP into 5 and then you block for 6. And then you... Yeah, it's almost a leap plus. I'm just wondering about the, like, conditional nature of it, if what you want to be doing is having a beast. But I think I'm putting too much stock into, like, wanting to have a beast out, whereas, like, you don't always summon a beast, basically. Which, again, I'm still wondering about the tension between not wanting to summon a beast and, like, sacrificing HP and stuff. It almost feels like you want to summon a beast when you're going to be taking damage anyways. And then it's kind of like an attacking thing, or like it applies weakness, the base one. So I'm not sure. It's possible this card is okay. And it's like not as conditional as I'm thinking it is. This one definitely seems a little slow, I think. I don't know how much it primes per turn, because I can't look at the card itself. But my understanding, because it starts at 0, is that it either, you know, it probably primes for like one or 2, I'd imagine. So it's like 2 mana, get 1 next turn, 2 turns after. Or like 1 save for 1. Not sure. So sorry, I didn't get the thing, or I didn't see what you mentioned. Oh, it's a big cute penguin that's laying on its belly. There are smaller ones you can stack on top of it, but I ordered the big one as a test. Nice. Cute penguin. So yeah, I think I want to take the damage card. Let's see what happens. So now I want to summon a thing. So again, I don't know if this is a multi-hit or not. So I guess what I want to do is I want to deal damage to myself, so I'll sacrifice 5, and then I will do this. Okay, so it does it all in one go. So it doesn't scale multiple. If it scaled to the next prime number, it'd be sick. Amazing. Okay. Fog Cloud, gain 5 block, discard a card. So we have discard. I'm gonna wonder if discard is a synergy, or there are discard synergies. Discard a card, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, so we can get stuff back from our discard. Gain 4 block if you have a beast bolster equal to your block, then lose all your block. Some beast gains additional HP. Beast HP is not removed at the start of your turn, but cannot be gained unless you have a beast summoned. So this is less block. If you have a beast, it gains, or it's a way of storing your block. Coffin, I'm not sure if it's because you're lagging or there's some weird connection thing, but you're double sending messages. I don't know if you want to look at that. It scales +6 per enemy past the first despite the vigor. That's unintuitive. It scales +6 per enemy past the first. I'm not sure I understand. Because it attacked for 17, right? Did it say 17 on the thing, or did it not? Because it dealt... The card said deal 11 damage per enemy on the card due to Vigor. Oh, I see what you mean. So the base the base damage was not modified on the card. So it could have said 17. Yeah, so that's a programming thing. I wouldn't be super... or not concerned about that as far as how this card is supposed to work. But I agree that doesn't read very intuitively. Just programming things. So this kind of seems like it's very strong. So like you summon a beast, you block a whole bunch, and then you store it on your beast. Seems like it'd be kind of strong. We don't have any ways to make a lot of block, and then the one way we saw to create a lot of block up front was with a card that we could not have a beast out. So let's try it. I have a feeling that this could do very silly things. Why was it 17? That's 566. Shouldn't it have been 556? Oh yeah. I don't even know why that's the case either. Yeah. I don't know. Does Primal bolster his beast by giving them free subs to his OnlyFans? Bruh. Let's try this. Buy 2 potions. Okay. Let's brand. Can you pick up one of us? Like this? I am now holding one. I'm once again torn with whether or not I should actually be using this. Because we'll assumably take... So the question is, are we going to take at least 5 damage? And I think the answer is we can play this fight without taking 5 damage, so we'll not use this card. We want to trigger our passive for next turn. We'll take 1 damage. We don't have a pet. Oh, interesting. So we can't use this because our pet isn't there. Wow, didn't even have to pay. Von Milky Enjoyers and Shambles. Yes. I mean, it depends. You know? It depends if you're around a lot. And you're very nice about it. And I like you. We had to add the last qualifier, because if Poi asked for something, then I have to be like, well, you see. I'm out of the running! Yeah, it's almost like, I mean, I put the glasses on a lot when I'm in the models that have glasses, right? You need to make a random face thing with a toggle, like one has a derpy face and one sticks out its tongue. That'd be funny. Good card spotted. What, Zephyr Strike? This is what's it called? This is Pommel Strike, I think? Ooh, it's Pommel Strike split into draw a card next turn. That's kind of interesting. Huh. That's interesting. Do you... So we kind of have like hand size related things. The rest are just medium by the looks of it. Arsenal is neat though. Yeah, so we have... I'm just wondering on like what axes we want to participate. Because basically what I'm seeing is there's like summon beasts, like beast payoffs and stuff. There's hand size or like discard related things. I would say that Fog Cloud is a little... Like, the discard on this, it depends if, like, discarding is good or not. But, there's, like, draw opportunity cost already to drawing a 0 mana card. Like, Reflect is kind of, like, it's hard to want to take that card. And it's usually good because it's paired with card draw or dexterity. So what I'm really looking for, what this signals to me is that there's going to be cards which allow you to draw or produce a lot of cards in your hand. What's kind of interesting about it as well, just like to understand maybe what the creator is trying to do with this card, is that let's say the way that you want to draw cards is either through like card draw that happens next turn, or through skills which draw you cards or something like that. Then you would lead with Arsenal as your first attack, and then you would apply vulnerable for the subsequent attacks that you do after you... Like, you don't want to attack first. You definitely want to attack with Arsenal first because of the apply when vulnerable. I kind of wonder if this should already have apply vulnerable on it, because it's 0 mana, but I don't know. Von Milkia is far from another timeline that inherited different genes. That is correct. Your feedback has been noted about the Lyrilyte. I don't think I will be changing the model soon, because I am in a semester from hell right now. The discard on Fog Cloud seems like it often won't matter. You can just play it last usually. Yeah, that's fair. Right, because it's 0 mana. Oh, that's interesting. Because it's 0 mana. Hey, Flar, can you please give us Von Milkia? Damn it, how do I say no to Rosado? I can't say no to Rosado, except I can. Because you're an imposter! I just love the little guys, are so cute. Thank you. I do think they are very cute. I think we'll take the card draw attack. Amogus? It is Gumungus. Bagungus. So again, I don't want to play the companion. I feel bad for saying it every time, but like my thought process just goes like, okay, I don't actually want to use this. If I don't want to take damage here, then I think what I want to do is draw a card first and see where I'm at. We're on Ascension 0, so I can do this. Okay. 9/9 does not kill it. So we could have played a card from our deck, or hear me out. Actually, I don't even know if I had to... Did I even need to do that there? I don't know. Crit Potion, apply exposed. That's the keyword from this, right? Okay. At the end of your turn, gain 1 block for each card in your hand. So yeah, it really seems like we're gonna have like heavy card manipulation, or yeah, because even Contraption. So I guess the interesting thing about Contraption is that it gives a card to your hand that you retain. This is far from another timeline. If you change to Von Milkia now, you'll prevent World War V. Not my timeline. Ooh. Deal line damage, enemy loses 3 strength. Interesting that this is a rare. You don't get it? What do you mean? Five is so bad it will skip 3 and 4. What? Do not bring out Von Milkia. Do not intend to. Put a card from your draw pile into your discard. So this tutors to your discard. It happens in 2 months. I see. Yeah, this card just seems very strong. Hello, Vena. Welcome. How's the mod going? I just got something to eat. Well, so again, I'm basically trying to like understand the signaling from like what the you know, like what the cards are basically trying to tell me. And my understanding is that I should have ways to produce a large hand size based on a few things that I've read. There's likely going to be things that have to do with summoning beasts. And Brand is kind of in its own corner right now. I'm not sure what to do about that, but yeah. What's this about? What's what about? So this is a time where I would use the companion if I had it, but I do not have it. Why do I have to be... Why do I have to be so level-headed all the time? What, you? Brand is core? Well, Brand... I'm struggling to find where Brand is valuable. However, me as in Flar. Why is Flar? I mean, I don't know. I wish I could be more reactive, but I can't. So there were cards which referenced drawing from discard, so I kind of wonder if those are supposed to help Brand go up, basically. Really unfortunate that we drew this on turn 2. Okay, so. Oh, wait. But this thing's gonna... So sorry. So, here's what I'm wondering. Does it, wait, what? Did I not understand that about this card? Do I get 5 HP back when I... Do I get 5 HP back when I... Does that just happen? If it survives, maybe? Yeah, maybe it's if it survives. Yeah, so it's only if it survives. Okay. That's interesting. I did not know that. So this is a matter of, like, that simply not being on the card. So that... It was not my interpretation that I would get my HP back from this card. It tramples over. The 11 block card sucks. What? I think I might actually end up dying if I don't do something, so I'm just gonna do this. Damage from Knob trampled over your summon. Yeah, I don't know if I saw what you mentioned about the 11 block card. Hey, look, it's Akabeko. We can get double the vigor. Okay, target practice. Deal 8 to all enemies. So, that's interesting. As our, I'm assuming, common AoE card. If no beast, get a level block card. Yeah, I just don't see how the trampling over the summon is related to getting block, I guess. Puncture is 2-minute, deal 12. Or deal a lot. So... Summon a viper bat. Raise the snakes. That's pretty funny. Apply 7 brand to all enemies. So yeah, so we can accelerate brand and also make a viper bat. Applies brand equal to damage. Oh, see, there we go. There's the other brand stuff. I thought it didn't trample over, hence you wouldn't need any block with a summon in many scenarios, so I thought it was better. Yeah, that's not... I guess that's not how I interpreted it from the get-go. I was like, pretty sure this doesn't just meat shield block everything. That'd be very interesting. I guess it makes sense, though, because if it's targeting the creature, then it's not targeting the other one, right? Hey, Flower, I'm really tired, so I'm heading off already, but I hope you have a great day and lots of fun. It looks like you really shine inside the Spire. Thank you. Have a good one, Caffeine. I hope you get some good rest. I'll let you go. Here, you can go. Alright, so this is interesting because it accelerates brand. But yeah, it's like this is a lot of HP sacrificing. Because basically what this looks like is you can... So if I add this to my deck, I would have sacrifice 10 HP per deck cycle. It almost feels like I would die immediately. Now the milk is free to breathe. God. We can't leave by our own? Well, I was just holding onto caffeine, so I felt like I should probably let caffeine go. No, I don't think they're an AoE-focused character just because this exists. That's kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if this character has energy problems. That this upgrade is what they're looking for from this. Oftentimes, common cards are supposed to be like the bulk of what you select to solve early problems in the game, which usually doesn't mean that they're trading off energy for damage. You mean, can I go? What? Yeah, you can go if you'd like as well, Cesar. I'm not gonna stop you. Unless I do this. Haha! You're trapped now. Losers. That's a good point, Poi. Yeah, so I guess because this is a hand size related character, having this cost 0 does actually matter. That's fair. I can see that. So I'm curious what happens if you summon over a summon, but I feel like we're going to die when we do that. So we're just going to do it. I feel like we're going to be in dire straits this time. So... do this. Let's summon our companion. And we're going to... see what happens if I summon over my summon. I see, it just changes it. Oh, very interesting. And you do actually get your HP back for summoning the thing. Huh. Interesting. Let's try this. Cool. I mean, so this is the interesting thing, is that, like, that does feel cool. Like, doing the attack, then the command. Like, that feels like I'm doing what, like, this doing what I want this to be doing, right? Recover 10 HP used to summon at the end of combat. Oh, so I guess it stacks up all the ones that you've summoned, right? So we used 5. The 5 didn't end up dying. And then we used another 5, so we're currently 10 HP in debt. Right? Which means we'll get our 10 HP back, provided that this thing doesn't die. Okay. So we don't lose more HP for summoning more things. That's good to know. Three mana, deal 20. Draw 1 card. Reduce this card's cost by 1 this combat. So this is Wheel Kick Streamline. Wheel Kick with a Streamline effect. That seems very difficult. So I kind of learned this when I was working on stuff. I feel like playing 3 mana cards is very hard. It's hard to use things that are 3 mana. 3 energy, I should say. Because you basically sacrifice your entire turn. Very often you'll need to do more than 1 mode of something at a time. So this looks like it's part of maybe the, you know, this is part of the card advantage stuff. 3 mana is rough and the card draw will only really start mattering once it reaches 1. Yeah, that's an interesting observation too, is that because this is 3 mana, the draw 1 card is like kind of not the most relevant. This character is apparently from a comic book and adult cartoon series. I see. Like this character, like the Primal? So I kind of wonder about stuff like adding decoy traps. So this starts at 6 and has Prime. Does it go up by 1? So this is 2 mana, like split Iron Wave, with Retain to deal with the hand size quantity thing. This character would probably love Runic Pyramid. I'm just thinking about it. Damn, I think we could... I thought we could leave because we are not chained or anything like that. Well, you can't leave anymore because I'm holding on to you. So... Prime, increase the effectiveness of all cards containing trap by 1 this combat. What? So Prime just does that for all traps? Is it traps in your hand? Traps you've created? Does it give you a stat? That's, let's try this. Let's see what happens when we do this. When retained Prime. Yeah, so this was at 6 and now it's at 9. Draw 4 cards? So does it become draw 7 next turn? Holy shit! Holy scaling Batman! Less members go far. We haven't seen our families in a year. Nonsense. Yeah, so obviously this is rather strong. I think Prime, scaling everything that's just rather powerful. That's quite strong. Because, like, I almost want to, like, keep a decoy trap in my hand and then just, like, or, like, just, you know, like, spawn a trap in my hand and then just, like, have it chill. So making traps in your hand, I believe, is the thing that has to do with, like, the card draw and stuff. Like, that's maybe how we make critical mass in our hand. Which makes sense of why Arsenal kind of looks like how it does. This is kind of interesting because it lets us play a trap and then put it back in our hand. I kind of want to try that. Put a summoning card from your draw pile into your hand. That's neat. Gain ferocious, 4 ferocious. Summon beasts deal additional damage. Makes the energy priming card way more reasonable. I agree. I want to try this hot swap thing. Oh, he dummy thick. Ooh, he got that big pear body. Okay. I mean, I guess this is what we're doing. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did it attack my block first before attacking the pet? Oh, that takes damage instead of you. Okay, so block always blocks for both of us. That was not how I interpreted this. I thought it was going to be, like, very difficult to keep beasts alive. So I didn't fully understand that. Wait, so... Shouldn't this have still taken 4? Shouldn't this have still taken, like, 4? Right? No? Or is that representative by this, the heart on the end? Okay, so yeah, this is beast HP. I just thought this was the soul siphon, but that's here. Okay. Interestingly, I would like to mention this because I don't know if this is possible, right? Like, I literally don't know what goes into... Like, I haven't tried to code or program this, but the fact that the heart is on my HP bar feels weird to me. So you get refunded even if it dies? I don't know what that question means. Because this object is attached to my HP bar instead of the pet, I just, like, didn't associate them. Which is, let's see, what is it called? This is a UX principle. I should really just, like, go read my textbook before I go live with these. The Soul Siphon refund even if the beast dies. No, I believe it goes away when the beast dies. However, I think because it's at 1 HP, I still get 5 back. So that's interesting. I assumed that Soul Siphon would go down based on... So, like, basically, if this beast survives at 1 HP, then I gain... Like... Am I making sense? So I sacrifice 5. And then this tanks for, like, 3. Instead of me taking damage. And then I gain 5. Then I'm plus 2, right? Is that... You had 10 Soul Siphon in an earlier battle. So the reason I had 10 was because I replaced a full HP summon with another summon that also had HP. I kind of wonder about if the pets should just immediately refund the current HP that they're at instead of stacking it up. Because, like, then what you could do is you could cycle through a bunch of summons and then do the thing that I'm talking about, where you, like... So it's like you have a summon take 3 damage, and then you cycle it, and then you have a summon take 3 damage and you cycle it, and, like, that's how you gain HP. If that's intentional, I guess it's, like, kind of cool. I just don't know if it's intentional. So, like, I'm net plus 1 as long as this thing survives. Am I doing math incorrectly? I can't help but feel like I'm tired and I'm doing math incorrectly. Wait. Wait, that did that as a 3 instead of all in one go. So does that do all in one if it's 2, but then does it separately if it's 3? You're net plus 4 if it survives. Yeah, so if I do this again... I mean, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to take damage here, but... Yeah, so I gained 20. What was my HP at the start of that fight? The first 0-cost card you play each turn is played twice. Oh, that's very interesting. So there's a 0-cost card sub-theme? This is to synergize with all the 0-cost cards? Do I have things that can cost 0? Oh, it synergizes with Assess Foe. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's cool. Do any of these go to 0? No. So this at bare minimum means you brand twice. That's kind of sick. I don't know if that's good, but it's kind of sick. Add a random trap to your hand. Oh, this is insane. Because all the traps have Prime on them. You started the fight at 65, so no gain, I guess. Yeah, I guess the gain... The thing is, it's like, you don't move your... It's not that you move your maximum HP, it's that the amount of damage we would have taken. Right? Yeah, it works out so that, like, you always get refunded your HP. The thing is, it's just odd, because you have to keep your current... You have to keep your current summon alive to get the payback for the rest of the summons that you summoned over, like, the course of the fight, which I think is a bit odd. But yeah, you net it in the same way that you would net, like, that you would compare block to life gain. Right? Where you're like, oh, well, technically, I blocked 6 damage, so that's, like, that's 6 life that I wouldn't have had. But it's like, you're using it as a mute shield. I just think it's a bit odd that you would... Do you lose all of your... Right? Do you lose all of your HP when you... When the current summon dies? I think so, right? This card seems rather good. Kind of busted. So this is the uncommon draw card, which adds traps to your hand. But the thing is, each trap has prime. So this says, add a trap card to your hand and prime. Because prime triggers at the end of your turn, right? I think? Yeah, when retained prime. So this is bizarre. I wonder what the intended overlap between hand size and summons, if any. I think the idea is that when you summon a card, like, you are committing an action that you don't have to play from your hand. So when you draw a bunch of cards via adding traps to your hand, you can afford to leave those in your hand because part of your turn is already committed in the summon. So part of your action economy is not playing cards from your hand to let your summon do things. Which I think is supposed to overlap with the retained stuff. This card seems busted, so we're gonna upgrade it. Like, raw no cap? Adding a trap to your hand every turn seems kind of good. That does not seem fair. It just doesn't seem fair. Welcome, Cavalier. It's currently only dealing 3, so I believe we can just pass. Okay. Pause. So it does only prime the cards in your hand. I was about to be very, very confused. It is not broken. Okay. It's still quite good, but it is not... I mean, it's still quite good. But it's... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the prime should really only affect itself. Because this is like, it goes multiplicative with how many traps you have in your hand, which is maybe intended? But after 3 turns of casting your innate card draw spell, you just have it. And if you played 2 of these, then you just have it. You prime like 8. If you just have a hand of 8 traps, you like prime 8, and this one stays in your deck. Sorry, did I say welcome, Cavalier? Because I meant to. Ah. So this is a similar thing to, what's it called? Yeah, because the draw spell is 0. This is like the Crackle card, or whatever it's called. Lightning something. Sunder. There we go. except it doesn't have the lethal clause. Deal damage equal to your soul siphon. So again, I think the only thing about understandability, literally because it's not here, is just because the summon mechanic doesn't have it. Very odd that it's not there. Resummon a beast, gain 5 block. That's interesting. Oh, I mean the power when I say card draw spell. Yeah, because each of this... Oh, that's what you're saying. So there's a particular downside with the uncommon card draw powers, which is that they often give you more selection by drawing you more cards, but they don't give you the energy to play those cards. So the advantage that you get from them per turn is static, and then once you go through additional turns, you discard the advantage that you had. Whereas this card is permanent advantage because traps are retained. More selection is still good. Yes, that's not what we're talking about. So traps for this character, put a retain card in your hand, and each retain card says prime all other traps. So the comment about this is that you draw cards, and the card draw is, retained in your hand, which means that the evaluation of the power of this card is significantly higher than a standard card draw uncommon, because you retain all of them, and each trap has multiplicative scaling with other traps in your hand. Because if you have 5 traps, all of them prime. You prime 25 times. Right? Is that how that works? That's not how it works. Each... I really need to be, like, way more awake for these streams. Okay. It's +5 to each, which is a total of 25. In my head, what prime should be is only scale itself once. So by comparison to it scales itself once, it's scale everything 5, which is a lot. Like, this card can single-handedly make you, like, a 20 block card. Yeah, 25 stats total. But that's a meaningless value. What do you mean meaningless? Why is it a meaningless value? Like, the overall scaling that having 5 traps in your hand produces is, like, 25 stats worth of stuff. Stats is not really a thing. Yeah. I mean, you could compare it to, like, strength, right? Or dexterity. So it's like, if I get 5 dexterity, like, that's a lot. I don't mean that the scaling being more is meaningless. It's that the, like, yeah, so it's like that stat is ambiguous to say that 25 stats of stuff. But, like, I guess the idea is that, like, I'm saying that it is not ambiguous because it's, like, relevant to this card. Or to traps in general. Because, like... yeah. So it's like, if I produced 5 of the block trap... So this card starts at 6 block. If I had 5 of these, then I have 5 times 11 block, which is 55 block. I think there's actually a bingo square for this, by the way, which is unrestricted metascaling, So if I can just wait and my cards will become stronger, it can spiral, basically. So it's like I start at 6 times 5, and then I go to 55. It's restricted by hand size. You caught me. This seems difficult to enable. Because again, we lose our soul siphon when our pet dies. Put a card from your drop pile into your discard. Do I want to tutor for anything? Also, this is a common tutor card, which I guess it doesn't matter because you have to combine it with something else. I suppose so. Which we have hot swap, but that's like not a... doesn't seem particularly reliable. So what does this do? Bolster 5. So you get 5 additional block on this. Or it has 10 additional HP. Oh wait, so this becomes a healing card. Does it? I don't remember if we get more Soul Siphon when we bolster. We don't, right? It just gives the thing more HP? Not a healing card, but a block card. Yes, it is a block card. I keep getting lost in the sauce with the, you know, with the whole, like, Soul Siphon HP conversion shit. But yeah, it's like whenever you have successfully used the thing to block and you swap it out, then you've blocked damage. Because you get your HP back later. It's not a raw sacrifice. I was like, I wonder if there's a way to like gain energy and then hot swap, like two hot swaps plus like gain energy and stuff. You didn't tear apart Scapegoat this much. Is this a mood thing, or is Scapegoat less broken than this character? I don't think am I tearing into it? Is what I'm saying like very mean? I don't think so. Like, I don't... like, I'm just... I am making observations about the cards in the game. I'm not... The purpose of playing this right now was that I wanted to observe the design of mods in Slay the Spire. Because okay, so this is... I need to add this to the disclaimer at the start, because I tried to say a disclaimer at the start, and I want to have like a more concrete one for when I say this. But like, as far as design is concerned, like the things that you care about, I think the most in design are like, is it achieving the experience you wanted to achieve, right? Like balancing numbers, balancing mechanics and stuff, like that's all important, and you'll get to that. But I think the most core important thing to like get at the start, which is like how I am evaluating most of these, is like, is the core design intent there? Like, I think that's the thing that needs to be the most apparent. And interestingly, I feel like summoning the things and like having them attack with you, like, you know, Sikkim is like it feels good to play that, right? I think brand doesn't make the most sense. I don't know if the point is that, like, this card does not feel very individually functioning. Like, it feels like, I feel like I'm doing the thing that I want to do as like a hunter character, where I'm like, I'm branding it, I'm marking it for death, and then like that builds up over time, and then it's like, I've caught you, I have hunted you. You know what I mean? Because you're branded. But I think the number on this card is, like, does not actually promote me to, like, accomplish what it is trying to do. So I can see what they want to do with it, but the numbers don't, like, allow me to feel like I'm doing that thing yet. Yeah. So, yeah. So, like, we care about design intent, and we care about if, like, the cards, like, fit together in a way that fits the design intent. Numbers obviously can be, like, completely out of whack, and I think it's fair to observe when numbers are likely not correct. Like, for example, traps are... These are probably insane. Like, I hate to say it, but traps are probably, like immensely busted. But I think what they're going for, I think the idea of having a trap that gets retained in your hand, that you play at the correct moment, and the way that this character produces card draw is by, like, adding little cantrips to your hand that you can, like, retain and that you, like, prime, you know? Like, I think that's cool as an idea, right? It makes sense. Like, the design intent is you are, like, this hunter that, like, lays their traps out, and, like, you're waiting for the right moment to, like, use your traps and stuff. Like, I think that carries. But priming everything is like, it's just very good. It's just very strong. Yeah, so I was wondering, sorry, so the thing that I was wondering was, like, can I have 2 hot swaps plus? Can I assemble some kind of infinite combo? I don't think the answer is yes, but I want to do this anyways. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, I have to just, like, answer a... Do I say work thing? It's not a work thing. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Just about any non-exhaust card draw goes infinite with madness. Yeah, well, we're not concerned about assembling colorless infinite combos. Get Prismatic Shard and Corruption, then get Strange Spoon, and you can go and get an infinite combo that does nothing as long as you're insanely lucky. Incredible. Oh, wait, we have Mummified Hand. Crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, like, I think it's cool that the base deck has, like, Summon the Thing. You know... Sikkim is really cool. I guess my guy's gonna die here. Never mind. Actually, it's still going to die. Mummified Hand plus that one power that makes your first year. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's actually wild. Okay, fine. We have to use one of the traps. We got to do it, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna discard and put the trap back in our hand. You kept the soul siphon though? Oh! Oh, you do when you lose the thing. Oh, I thought you lost it. Okay, well, my apologies. I just, like, literally got that wrong. Very cool. Let's see. I want the creative liberty to be able to make jokes about things that I feel like are broken. It's not actually that big of a deal, because obviously you can iterate, you can change these things. But do I want to block for 26 for 26 for 22 damage, 24 block? Would I like to apply 16 brand to everything? Would I like to deal 28 damage? We're on turn 8, by the way. And there is 64. I have 64 block retained. I feel like I just shouldn't use this card. There's like don't cast deploy. It's too powerful. Exhaust one card prime. Huh. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's a cool card. Because, like, you, like, it's kind of like clues or any kind of, like, artifact synergy is, like, I make an artifact, like, I make a material that maybe doesn't matter much, and then, like, I use it to do something with it. Oh! Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, this doesn't say exhaust on it, so you can just like exhaust your entire deck with this. So this is like recycle, right? Is recycle does recycle cost 1? It does. And then it upgrades to 0. Okay. Assuming this is... Oh, that... well... Okay. These are heuristics that I do listen to. Unfortunately, 0 mana draw 1 card is quite good. Especially when it says exhaust 1 card. I guess this doesn't actually go infinite because it exhaust a card. That's actually an interesting way that it doesn't go infinite. It's still quite good. Yeah, so this doesn't go infinite because it... Wait, no, does it still? So if you only have 2... So... That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so what you do, hear me out. You go to only disassemble in your deck, and then you play disassemble, draw the other disassemble, and then you just keep disassembling. What am I gonna disassemble? I disassemble nothing, and then I keep drawing. Because the exhaust happens after the draw? Is it capable of doing that? Or no? Yeah, I think the idea that this has exhaust 1 on it is a very interesting way that this does not go infinite. Free exhaust does sound pretty good, though. I kind of want to take it. Assume because it says you draw first, it does. Yeah, I guess I meant more on like a programming level. Does it permit the ability to do that? And I think the answer is yes. It is able to exhaust cards that you draw after. If you can draw, then discard. I don't see why not. Yeah, I was too lost in the sauce of determining if it works on the back end. I can only assume it does because that's you know. Okay, well, I guess we do that. And then... Can I even get it to 70? This is minus 11? 73, that's so funny. Oh, the brand is gonna go away when it splits. That's unfortunate. I'm about to get squished. I actually have to play my traps. Does this prime the things in my graveyard? That says 9. So they go to 10. That's rather good, I think. I still can't believe they don't exhaust. These should probably exhaust. Probably. Goes infinite with Dead Branch. Dead Branch Vesper, like, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, so this, I mean, the fact that these don't exhaust, the interesting thing about it is that, like, it's kind of cool to do this, where I can, like, this synergy is cool. Like, this is an interesting thing to do. I just wonder about the scaling. Like, it almost feels like that's already kind of good. Right? I'm just gonna sit on my throne of decoy traps. until I have outscaled the universe. Oh no, contraption is gonna make me gain like 7 billion energy. Oh no. Yo, I'm about to gain so much energy, gamer. You have no idea. Oh, it does do it twice. I think it was just shortcutting that one time because it dealt enough damage to kill everything. Gain 7 energy. What are the odds on these cards? 1% chance for an attack and 99% for a skill? I don't know. Wait, this is a power that says at the start of your turn. Yeah, we gaming. Oh, we gaming. We're kind of gaming. Yeah, we're gaming. Oh, it also, sorry, it primes the things in your graveyard, by the way. I don't know if we talked about that, but I've now outscaled the universe in Act 1. Take my 191 brand. Well, now I feel like I'm bullying. Now I feel like I'm a big bully. That is an interesting way to apply brand. It seems better than assess foe. Yeah, I originally thought it was a skill that gave X vulnerable at the start of the next turn. Hmm. I'm really sorry for laughing, but it really do be like... Oh, I just realized that because I have ice cream, I can just do this and then clear up space in my hand. The only downside of the draw power is that eventually it gives some weaker traps, but that's only an issue once you've outscaled the universe, yes. Expedition. At the start of your turn, draw one additional card. That's a simple, nice card. These are honestly okay. On play, draw. The thing is, like, I really appreciate cards that are like this because it's like, sometimes that's all you really need. As we can clearly tell, this ain't got shit on traps. Traps do be kind of where it's at. But again, let's get our mind space out of traps are broken, because I actually kind of wonder if we should restart or if we should replace this deploy with something else, because I feel like I want to not pick any trap cards because they're clearly very off metric, and then like we want to do something else, but I kind of want to enjoy it, you know what I mean? I just want to like do it. Ooh. Conflagration. This is deal 10 damage at the end of your turn. It's neat. Have you found any broken tech yet? Yes. I actually kind of just want to take Blight. This is probably the strongest thing we can do. We solve all our strikes and defense, right? Oh, we might have removed one. Pandora's box seems good. Gain energy and draw one card for each of your unique debuffs. My unique debuffs? Do I debuff myself? Is Soul Siphon a debuff? I don't know. Deal damage equal to the enemy's missing health. This is a 4 energy card. Oh, this is kind of interesting because Brand, obviously it being 4 energy is a bit much, but Brand is basically like a finisher style debuff. So if the idea is to make Brand go approximately to half HP or something like that, like when Brand and this card overlap, you will do a lot of damage, basically. Players found that this is a perfectly balanced mod with no major bugs or exploits whatsoever. Kills a fat half or at 66 with Brand. Yeah, isn't that cool? That's like, see, this is the thing where it's like that's cool. Like that's totally workable if you like change the numbers on things. Like that is a workable idea, right? Which is why I think like, yeah, I guess the idea is that like because it's very adjacent to vulnerable. Actually, does Brand stack with vulnerable? Because that seems like it'd be really good. Add 1 foothold trap. So this is add a trap to your hand. This plus hot swap seems really good. These are cool. Like kind of this is like the same idea with upgraded what's it called? Things that make material in your hand, plus things that can replay the things that make material in your hand. Deal 4 damage as the last card played. This combat was an attack, draw a card. Oh, this goes infinite with itself. Right? This is what's it called? This is the 0 mana 0 energy uncommon shop attack card. Start of your turn, Pulsar 7. This is interesting. So it's 7 block per turn. What is it? What are our upgrades? Has a card that exhausts cards for 0 mana, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I would like to read the description because I think I remember. I think it said something along the lines of like, you know, they just made it to kind of like learn. Yeah, the Primal is a ranger character I made to learn how to mod games. Yeah, so it's like this person, like I think this person's work is incredible that they like were able to do this, but you know, we'll try to address bugs and egregious balance. No idea when I can get proper art and translations. Huge shout out. Yeah, modding technical chat and Slay Spire for being fantastic resources. Character artist from the Warden job in TTRPG Icon. Oh, this is so interesting too. For feedback. So they also have like feedback questions. How are the base stats for beasts? So this is interesting. Oh, as I said, I'm gonna have to go now. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were taking off, but yeah, take care, Cavalier. If you have to take off, if you have a good one. Sorry, I'm just like concentrated and lost in the sauce. I think I've said that like 3 times a stream. I should probably stop saying that. So, I don't know if this person would be watching this VOD, or that they would be like halfway in the middle of me playing my run. But so the interesting thing about feedback, this is what I'm gonna say, is that first of all, for feedback, it's so these are sorted by category. Oftentimes you don't want to you know, it's like leading questions, but they're not like leading in the sense that like you are clearly trying to lead somebody, but saying something, for example, that are the reason why I'm saying this is because I felt like I saw something. Yeah, maybe it's not as big of an issue as when like I looked at it. I swear I read something that I was like, oh, like that. Oh, there we go. So, how do the values feel for cards that apply brand? Too small or about right? So, I get maybe that there's like, so if you put this on a scale, like if you put it on like a scale of 0 to 5 or something, that like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. So, if you have a scale of 1 to 5, right? And then like you have some kind of qualifier for like 1 equals bad, 5 equals good. Like there's a way to say that. But saying something along the lines of like, is this too small or about right? Like means that the first thing that I'm thinking about, if I don't have a predetermined opinion on if I think like brand or exposed is too powerful, not powerful enough, or whatever, you have a tendency to agree with what is already in the sentence. So the first thing I read was too small, which means that when I read this, if I don't have an opinion, then I might say that it's too small or it's about right, because I don't have to think about it more. It's like, what's it? Feedback. Biases in feedback when you are posing questions, which is what I was going to comment on. I swear it's like if you look... Yeah, so it's like, is the scaling max HP with a 3 cost power too cumbersome? So it's like there's already a concern that it is like too much. Whereas like the more neutral way of posing this question is like, you know, how is the scaling max HP for Chimera form? While that is true, it is too small from what I've seen. I agree. I just wanted to like comment on it because I think that good UX designers who have to deal with feedback all the time and writing questions are like really good at their job. From the professionals that I spoke to who do stuff like survey design, like are very, very good at their job. And I just want to appreciate for a second that like people who accrue feedback for larger teams are very skilled individuals. That being said, I don't want to comment on these things yet, except for obviously I think traps scale way too much. Traps scale insanely well. Priming all traps is very good. I like how beasts feel. Like I like poking things with beasts. They feel good. Brand is likely too low. I want to find a way for brand to work. To work using the base deck. The problem with... Okay, so this is a bit of an interesting note. The problem with 0 mana cards in Slay the Spire is that they become kind of like... There is a draw opportunity cost to playing 0 mana cards. The problem is that when they are just in the deck, it's like a no-brainer that like I'm going to play this card. Except if you're fighting Knob. But like when you want to make... The thing that makes a card interesting is when you have to think about when you're using it. If Prime didn't scale all of them, it's even fine that they don't exhaust. Yeah, so that's the thing. Is like the solution is like if we look at the cards and we go like, oh wow, that's really strong. Then we say something like, well, the solution is obviously that it should exhaust. It's kind of like, I don't know if that addresses the initial problem of there being 6 traps in your hand and then being able to block for like 60. I think that still, it doesn't, like, I don't know. Isn't the point of deck builders to create a deck that minimizes decision points? We clearly play decks very differently. Loxul. So Decision points create uncertainty, broken combos, etc. I can't tell if you're serious. So I guess the view of playing deck builders a certain way is to build a deck that pilots itself, right? Whereas I would say most decks at Ascension 20 do not pilot themselves for any character. I think the thing that is fascinating about watching people play, say, the Spire at Ascension 20 is that, like, the decisions are decently unique, depending on what is in your hand. So I think the most typical one, because we were talking about energy, is that, like, the opportunity cost of using an energy to, for example, play a power, as opposed to blocking. So it's like, is it worth sacrificing 6 HP to resolve scaling this turn? Which usually the answer is yes. But the answer can also be no if you're in a hallway fight where you don't need the scaling, right? Or depending on, like, if you have relics which interact with card plays, or yeah, like, there are other factors that go into your decision making for playing that card or committing that energy, right? So the thing that I was going to say about 0 energy cards is that they are low decision making. And I guess this is more of like an aspect about general game design. I think particularly in strategy games, but maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know. Is that, like, players want to have agency in their decision making, but you can't have agency in your decision making if the correct answer is only play the card. Yeah, I would say command, but that card can be detrimental, so I'll just say command plus. Yes, so the goal would be to have some kind of decision making with your 0 energy card. So for command, it is certainly correct most of the time to just play command. But there are other ways you can use command. So it's like, do I want to plant first and then command to recall? Do I want to command first so that I don't recall with my, like, flag throw or whatever? Like, do I want to end planted? You know, like, there is some degree of decision making when using command, right? I meant missing pieces, not broken equals good. My bad. But yeah, decision points maybe is too vague. You're not wrong there. Yeah, so it's like being able to find the line is, like, certainly an aspect of playing a deck builder, right? And yeah, and it's like more cards in deck also doesn't equal more decision points, right? So what I would say is that I think it is important to evaluate the cards, or, like, for cards that are important, it is important to evaluate what are the decision points for that card. Which is why I really wanted to not talk about flagbearer when I'm, like, comparing cards, but unfortunately, like, I haven't, like, played the base characters a lot recently. Maybe I should play them some more. But it's like, retrace is really cool because, like, not playing retrace is correct a lot of the time. Or, like, playing it and then, like, there's, like, not playing it, there's playing it and playing the card immediately, there's playing it for the retain value, there's playing it because you want energy next turn if you've upgraded it, which depends if you've upgraded it. Like, there's a lot of decision points for retrace. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with it, right? Whereas it doesn't feel like there's no opportunity cost for this card. I almost want this card to say, like energy 1, apply 20 brand. So again, that's not like a change this to 1 energy, apply 20 brand. You know what I mean? Like, that's not... Who knows if that's the correct numbers or whatever. But the purpose of why I'm saying that is that having this be 1 energy gives it the opportunity cost of, do I just play 3 strikes this turn? Or, like, do I play this over defending this turn? Right? Like, the energy inherently, like, the cost inherently gives it an opportunity cost. And it could be valuable to brand a louse and then, like, just kill it because you applied vulnerable to it. But it could also just be like, well, I'm not going to brand this jawworm because, like, you know, there's 1 decision point for a suspo, remove it or a strike. Come on, boy, stop being so mean. Stop it. Yeah, if broken combos are available, then I'd like to build broken combos sometimes. So if lots of decision points lead to that, then more decision points, thank you very much. But yeah, so anyways. This was a trend that I noticed in, I guess that I just noticed when I was making 0 energy cards. Because it's like, it is correct to play them, probably. And the question is, like, what is the decision point for this card? Right? So, anyways. Let's get the Burning Elite. Oops. All of these cost 0. Maybe summon a beast or a card. Sure. Even something as good as a mid-second has very real decision points. Yeah, exactly. That's why I really like a mid-second. For specifically flagbearer, because, like, who knows if stunning on another character is, like, more broken or something. But the cool thing about a mid-second in flagbearer is oftentimes you, like, kind of need it. You're like, well, I don't know how I'm going to resolve this Seraphim form. So the only way I'm going to resolve this Seraphim form is by retracing a mid-second. That's the only possible way I can resolve this stupid 3-mana card. Okay. I guess we're supposed to block here. Okay. Let's hot swap. This, I suppose, could disassemble. We are going to try and, yeah, I'm not really sure how that fits into the rest of what I'm doing with my deck. Discard this card, and that's kind of interesting. I wonder about that. Maybe... Yeah, that's weird. Okay. I want to disassemble, and I want a card that I'm going to exhaust. I don't know if I have enough time to assemble this infinite combo that I want to assemble. No, they're escaping this turn. I was too busy thinking about what I wanted to do. Oh no. No, but they're gonna take my money. Okay. Summon a bear. For what it's worth, I like some of the ideas in play here. Yeah, I agree. Like, hand size matters. Yeah. It's like, hand size matters, but with retaining small cantrip-like abilities, I think is, like, really a good way to express, like, the idea of playing a hunter. Like, I was saying that before. Like, I think that's really cool. Yeah. Even though, like, many things are broken. And this is the thing that I feel like... This is why I wanted to do this, I guess. Which is that, like... that I didn't just want to be the guy who's like, I'm going to use my... I know things about game design, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to yell at the people who do the thing, and then, oh wow, game design bad. It's like, fuck off. You know, like, it's not, like, obviously I want to do that sometimes because it is funny to do that, but, you know. It's not exactly what I want to do here. I guess, interestingly, like, maybe part of the reason why I want to do that is because, like, part of trying to get a good design is being non-judgmental, in the sense that, like, you want to be able to think about the idea and then be like, what works in this idea and how are we going to move forward from it? You know what I mean? That can be me. And then the moderator can feel justified since I know jack shit about game design. I mean, again, it's fair to have opinions, and I think it is also fair for us to, like, point out things that are pretty obvious about, like, imbalance. Like, that's fair. But also it doesn't, like... We can still also look at the other things and be like, oh, that's, like, an interesting idea. Where, like, if we put in the time to refine this design, then, like, it could work, right? Because the project that I'm working on has been in progress for 5 months. And I think the total iteration count, basically, like, the amount of things that either got cut, like, major things that got cut, changed about the idea, or, like, reframed or whatever, is in the hundreds. I think no cap. Like, it's probably at, like, 100 by now. Including, like, this should instead work like this. This shouldn't be there. This should be there. This should actually work like this. These NPCs should be there. These NPCs should be cut. This NPC should actually look like this. This NPC should actually look like that. This puzzle should actually look like this. Whatever. Like, the amount of things you have to change from when you start in a larger scale project, like larger than what I'm talking about, is, like, probably in the thousands of, like, small decision, like, design changes. Like, nothing starts as, like, this is the best idea ever, and it will now work, and I'm a genius, and now my thing just works. Got him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how game design works. So I think actually even more so, I feel like the concept of somebody, like, critiquing a draft of a design, or, like, because this is, like, a draft or an iteration, like, critiquing an iteration of a design and then, like, claiming, oh, why would they do it like this? I know so much better. So, like, it should be like this instead. Duh. Is kind of, like, an unfair position to take, because you have so much more information than the person who made the thing. You know what I mean? So, like, I just feel like there's a lot of content creators who go like, well, obviously, like, why doesn't the design studio just change it like this and then it's fixed? It's like, yes, you have, like, 2,000% more information than the designers had when they made that design decision, I guess, is, like, kind of what I think about. So it's not like a, duh, that's obvious. It's like a, you had a lot of information, and critically, the information that you had is that you weren't a part of the design team, which is, like, immensely powerful because you can look at it with new eyes. When you get lost in, like, the thousands of design decisions you have to make while making something, like, you just can't look at the project the same anymore. Right? So being able to be a fresh set of eyes, or, like, be in the eyes of a player, like, completely, like, it gives you an advantage oftentimes. Maybe not in exactly the same ways, right? But I think it helps, or it can help when making a commentary on design. That's what I'm saying. We are going to be skipping cards because I just want to infinite combo the heart. It's kind of like, the reason why I want to infinite combo the heart, for the record, is because flagbearer can't infinite combo the heart, or it can, but you know. I just want to crossbow expert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to just hit him with it. Don't look at me like that. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Okay, I want to remove cards that are too hard to play. This card's really interesting and cool, but again, I'm gonna just, like, remove it, maybe. No, I'm gonna remove Goodberry. I don't think I need this. What the? Frog-faced urn? Whenever you play a skill card, bolster 2. That's really cool. So this is, like, it's a rare, so I question it being a rare, maybe. But it's like 2 dexterity for your companion. That's really cool. No, our crossbow experts are gonna cost mana. No! No! I'm so sad. We can't infinite combo the snake. No! 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 I don't know why I'm still trying to assemble this infinite combo when it's not happening. I should stop trying to do that. No, my disassemble costs 3. I'm gonna kill this thing. I don't actually know. My 0 mana companion. Go! Maybe with your billion ice cream mana? Shh. Shush. I'm trying to outscale the universe here. It's funny, okay? It's funny. It's just funny, okay? Stop judging me for thinking it's funny. Okay. I'm only judging a little bit. Thank you for only judging a little bit. I know that I'm dying because I'm not paying attention to, like, anything else that I'm doing, but, like, stop. Stop adding me. Oh, nice. The mistake I made was we haven't outscaled the universe yet. We're close. Don't have a disassemble in my yard. Tragic. We're close. It's time to disassemble the other disassemble. Okay, I think we're almost there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to draw both crossbow experts in the same hand. Right? It needs to be the only cards in our deck. Yeah, we did it! We did it! Let's go! It only took us 9 turns. Oh god. So I think it's 9, right? Only 9 turns and like 30 HP. Shh. Shh. Yeah. We did it. It's stupid. Not the interaction. My desire to go infinite is stupid. Let's maybe play the game in a more coherent way. I suppose this doesn't do anything, huh? Wait, wasn't that unupgraded? Oh, that was upgraded hotspot. Whoops. Okay. I just take damage here. The deck could certainly use some upfront block. That is correct. Second. But do we want to infinite combo every time? The answer is no, but like, let me have this. I don't get to infinite combo a lot, okay? Okay, just let me have it. Just let me have it, okay? Just let me have it. I just want to have it, okay? Let me have it. You saw nothing? No words. Say 0 words. I can see you typing. You're putting things into the chat. Stop. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth your time. You don't have to type the comment. Okay, increase your soul siphon by 9. So this is like the heal thing, similar to the heal thing, or heal at the end of the thing majig. Yeah, heal at the end of the thing majig. I don't know what else this does. What is that card called? This is literally this is actually just repair. This is actually just repair. Why is... Yeah, it's 710. Okay. Sure. Oh no, Book of Stabbing. Wait a second. Pause. Oh, that's interesting. It blocks a thing. It blocks the painful stabs. Yeah, I think actually, so I've changed my mind. I think this being here does actually make more sense now that I know where it is. Just odd. It's not a... There's like still the weird disconnect between this, but I think it's okay. Also, wait, I just realized. Oh! Wait, that's why it's good. I was like, Bolster 2, it's really good because you keep the block. It is permanent block. It's actually probably very, very strong. Significantly stronger than I thought it was. It'd be really funny is if I got myself killed by by summoning things. It'd be very funny to me. Shit. I immediately thought it was very good because triggering on skills is not very difficult. Yeah, I agree. I was just thinking, like, basically the way I thought about this was like, oh, it's like 2 dexterity. Because the skill is normally like skills gain block, typically. But actually, it is better than that because it is a retained block. Which I would also like to mention that retained block is a good way to support this playstyle of turtling around and doing nothing. I think that is fair, accurate. Usually active +2 dexterity is worthy of a rare relic. Is it? +1 dex is a common relic, no? And even like Kunai and Shuriken are uncommon, I believe. Gira is a rare compared to Vajra. I guess because it can go to 3. That just like makes it a lot better. That's fair. I know you're asking yourself, Polaris, why are you doing this? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why I'm doing it either. Because it's fun, I guess. It's fun to bully Book of Stabbing when it ruins all of my flagbearer runs. Which makes me happy. This is a +2 that takes considerably less effort. I guess that is a fair way of looking at it. You know what I'm realizing? I think the problem is we can't... it would be very difficult to draw all of the cards all in the same turn. I think that's the problem here. Aha! Still doesn't do it, because we haven't drawn the quantity of cards from our deck. So we need to find a card that says, draw many cards all at the same time. And we have completed it. Oh, Pierce the Heavens. That's cute. I feel like I want to just focus on the run now. Because I was like... I feel like I said a bunch of things, and now I'm like... I feel like looking at each individual card now is going to be very difficult. Integral seems like a more on-rate brand card. Yeah, give the weak and apply brand. Like, scale your brand stuff. Wait. This character's a VTuber. They're trying to grow their brand. Or content creator, I should say. We can do this. Oh, right. We are fighting Gremlin Melon. You should be aware of that. It's, pretty good. I would say pick up that priming power if you see it as a card reward, but I think it's unnecessary scaling for the most part. Do we just die? That'd be really funny if I just die here. Okay. I was just like, me not paying attention. Wait, Knob does things. Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is a cool one. It's like worst twin strike, but it applies brand. It's really cool. Lyria has exposed, apply 3 vulnerable, otherwise triple the enemy's brand. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting card. Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to balance, like, brand, just in general. Oh, wait, what? What? Huh? Wait, why did it break? It broke! I'm really curious how that happened. Finally, something that always goes well with Vigor. Right! That is true, because we have inherent strength stuff. Honestly, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to our deck. We need block, right? Like, we have, like, no block cards. That's my understanding. So, I would also like to mention that this is a card draw spell, and it has a red background. So, I feel like we went from good color coding with attacks and defense, and now it is hard to read cards. Do we literally only have one block card? The summon pets aren't also blue attacks. Yeah. This is like gray. This is blue. It doesn't have to be red and blue specifically. It's just like some degree of consistency, because all of these backgrounds aren't explicitly color-coded. I feel like I need a block card. And I'm realizing I don't have one. And also I have 580 gold that I should be using. Xenophile. Lose 7 soul saving. Gain curiosity equal to the amount lost. Oh. Oh, so like you make more dudes and then you sacrifice a soul siphon for curiosity. That's neat. If you have more than 3 cards, retain your hand this turn. Otherwise, draw 3 cards. That's kind of neat. It's a very interesting card draw spell. But it's not... It is not a block card. I wonder if this has problems with attack to block ratio. What do I want to remove? Let's remove... Raise the snakes? Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 4 brand. See, that's really cool. But also, where are our block cards? Holy shit. I feel like I haven't seen a block card in 7 years. We'll save the dig deep. We will simply use it later. I feel like we would have died at this point if I didn't have this relic, the frog-faced urn. I need to get up relatively early tomorrow, so I'll be taking off for the night. Okay. Thanks for dropping by. Hopefully this was interesting. I feel like after we kind of, like, understood what was going on, it became kind of like there's not a whole lot going on anymore, but... Because, honestly, like, trying to remember all the different things is tough, so... Yep, see ya, take care. Hope you can wake up early for your thing tomorrow. I'd be interested in more streams like this. Cool. I would also be interested in trying it. Seeing if it is worth people's time. Yeah, see it. Outscaled the universe yet? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to use some of these traps finally. So this is 47? Whoa. Wait, what did I just play? Oh, when I summon a new one, it becomes block. I didn't know that. Did I know that? I feel like I was supposed to know that, and I didn't know that. I want that to go back to being... being my retained defend. I can draw 3 cards. Whoa! Gain 3 energy. Let's go. We have finally entered infinity scaling mode. $88 damage, let's go! Draw 31 cards. Yes. Yes, yes, yes! I would like to draw 39 cards. I want to draw all of the cards. I want to gain 22 energy. Oh, it died. Nice. Deal damage equal to the floor. What? That's such a bizarre card. Is that... That's such a wild card. What a wild card. I don't know how it relates to everything else. It's just kind of like a cool effect. Do I skip this? Do I just skip? I feel like I just skip. Velvet Choker, I think is decent. We want a little bit more energy for our early turns. We need the red key still. Let's try speeding up a little bit. Despite my inability to know how to speed up with my gain infinite value deck. I'm simply incapable of gaining infinite value. Oh, I just realized that Stow lets you put Big Game Hunter in the graveyard so that you don't ethereal it. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if that is intentional. Wait, what? Oh, Joker. I wasn't paying attention. Good job, me. Need more. Give me more traps. Need more of them. Oh, shit. I can't crossbow expert now. Let's discard this one. And then... give me back this one. More decoy traps. I just realized I disabled my infinite combo by taking Joker. I was like, I'm gonna have all these traps that do so much for like one cast, so that's good enough. And then I just like can't infinite combo anymore. That's so funny. Just completely was not paying attention to that at all. Which is very funny to me. I guess the thing about, like, you know, Snare Trap drawing 30 cards is kind of like, it really exposes the idea that, like, block and card draw are not, like, equivalent numbers, right? So it's like one card drawn is significantly more than, like, one damage in the back-end balancing of numbers. That's what I will say. Interestingly, I feel like we're too slow for this. I'm just gonna move on. Can I get a block, please? I'm realizing that maybe the only way this character can produce block is by blocking with the La Criatura. You know what I mean? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I'm realizing that might actually be my mistake. Is that it must be done through traps or the creature. I simply did not notice before. Oh. No block traps, except for now. We just got one. We are now able to block. Okay. Curiosity. Sicken. Maybe this is actually quite good now, because that's what I'm doing. We'll leave it. Oh god, the jawworms. Oh god. Oh god, where's my block? The answer is I don't have any, but... Oh, that just killed them. I didn't even notice that did a billion damage. If you draw an attack, gain 3 temporary strength. Oh, that's really cool! That's so cool. It's like you probably will draw an attack, but what would that not be act? So it's like flex, but it's not flex. But what am I trying to say? It's like part of the problem with flex is that it does not give you cards to play with it. But the thing is, this is still 1 energy, but it can't be 0 because then it would be a 0 mana draw card thing. This is like an interesting way of approaching it, I think. Do I want to upgrade? I don't upgrade. Guess we just, we could lift. Lifting is also a thing. Get our traps going. Put our many traps in our hand. Okay. Oh, did I not play Youth last turn? I really need to be aware of this Velvet Choker. I keep, like, not even thinking about it. Funny to me. Oh, I guess that's kind of a problem, right? With Velvet Choker and having Ice Cream. Wow, this Velvet Choker was terrible. I just, like, did not think about it at all. It's so funny to me. Alright, well, I have 7 million decoy traps. I can only imagine we are going to get there. I guess the exact definition of what this power is that I described before as, like, it is a positive feedback loop. Is just over time it just becomes more and more powerful if you just let it do its thing. So we block for 70 million and call it a day. Is it time to finally play these nut traps? find it so funny that that isn't even going to... It's not even going to trigger the brand. We'll get there. We'll get there soon, guys. We'll get there soon, I swear. Soon. Soon, TM. We will get there. Okay. Do we have enough yet? Oh, we have 700. I didn't even notice. We had 704 brand. Sweet. Bam! Huge damage. We just lift. Oh! I can't remove the thing! I just realized. And now that I am understanding that basically all of my block is making duders, which I feel like for a large portion of me playing this mod, I wasn't fully cognizant of. Kind of like... Sorry. I had a thought here, and then I feel like I immediately lost it. But, oh, I remember what I was going to say. It was like... It's basically that... Like, because your maximum block is kind of limited by your HP, it's like, figure out this combat in, like, 97 HP, or you will die, basically. And your total HP lost is determined by, like, how much you haven't blocked with a pet. Which is neat. But also we have infinitely scaling decoy traps. So there's that too. Bare arms it is. See you later. I'm also realizing why that uncommon card is so, like, huge. The, like, gain block if you don't have a guy. It's probably still not good, but it's at least, hey, here's a card that can actually produce block. Instead of just, like, temporarily sacrificing your HP until later. It's a little bit difficult to conceptualize. Is that the term I'm looking for here? It's hard to get on board with. My brain can't shift into it for some reason. I don't know if that's just because I drafted poorly. So now I'm expecting decoy traps in my hand to be blocking for like a billion. Let's work with spikes. Okay, I do take the one. It works correctly. Don't think I'm going to be casting this Horde Breaker. Oh, right, I have a Velvet Choker. Very cool. Oh, right, because when you swap out the thing, you get block. That is also how that works. I don't know why it's so hard for me to just, like, understand that. My brain have trouble understanding. Sick 'em. Okay. I think we're fine. We're still looking for maybe more creature generating cards so that we can, you know, block. Blocking would be nice. Let's get ripped on these silly shapes. It's time to rip them up. Welcome back, Cavalier. How is your thing that you had to go out and do? I guess this is just kind of what you do with this, huh? There's a calculus class. Fine, I guess. But it's not like, wow, I have such great stories to tell. No worries. It was just class. That is understandable. We're at the chillin' point in the run where I think there was something that I feel like I didn't understand about this mod that I now understand, and I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Is that you're not really supposed to have block. The way that you block is by throwing creatures out there, which means that there's a unique restriction that your block kind of determines, or your max HP determines your blocking capacity, which gets really rough when you have to, for example, fight Donudeka, and it's like, I can only produce like 8 more block without decoy trap, which means we are going to die. Yeah, because the idea is that you play pets and then cycle them out. Can't you just use traps for infinite block? Yes! But outside of making traps, they're just like cards to produce block just like don't exist. So basically is play traps for block, but every other card which... Like, I was wondering why there aren't any cards that say, like, gain block on them. And the answer is because you don't gain block. You cycle out pets to get block, which is very tough, as in I am going to die. Tough. Also, I picked Velvet Choker, which disables my infinite combo, which I didn't think about until I thought about it, and then I was like, oh. Shit. Okay, so we're gonna draw one of our big decoy traps, and we'll be fine. And we are not fine. We're going to draw one of our... Oh, we can't play it because we are Velvet Chokered. We are Velvet Choked. Okay, well. Certified Velvet Choker moment. Indeed. Okay, now we should be okay. With our many, many decoy traps. Just gonna sit here and watch the world burn. Oh, phone ran out of battery. We need more. More! Can we kill the heart? Is my question. Which I am actually starting to wonder if I can, simply because of the fact that the blocking is so low before I get my traps. Draw 2, then command. Add a snare trap. Next turn, gain 1 energy. Gain 6 max HP. At the end of your turn, lose 3 HP. Oh. Oh. Terrifying. Yeah. The thing that I said before about, like, HP and HP manipulation, that seems tough. Sadism on a... or... right? Sadistic nature on a relic. That is certainly a card that exists. It definitely is. Yeah. And I want to find a good way to, like, balance this. Right? Where, like... I think it is fair for us to, like, voice an opinion, like, that's ludicrous! You know what I mean? Or, like, that card is very bad. Right? Like, I think that's fair. I just... like, want to respect the fact that, despite these effects are pretty wild, like, off-metric, unbalanced, like, this person still had to make this. I'd go pretty hard with certain scapegoat cards. I have no idea how I'm supposed to beat these. Because we... damn it. Right now, it's just weird. Like, the mod? Or... wait, why do I have -1 focus? What happened? What did I do to give myself minus focus? The card. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the necessity of having metascaling for your HP. It's a bit... it's very, very weird. Yeah, I definitely don't know how I would be able to beat anything, honestly, if I did not have traps, like decoy traps and stuff. I don't even think I can survive still. Because these boys are starting to get real mean. It's also form cards, so 3 energy for that max HP. Yup. It's definitely a lot to pay for that effect, I think. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally clicked too many times. What do I want to start with? Honestly, probably a hot swap. Because if I draw... oh, maybe it's companion. Because I was like, if I draw the right things, then I'll want to... you know... I will want to hot swap them back to my hand. Thank God for for our minus strength card. We are about to successfully outscale the universe. Ah, we haven't outscaled the universe yet. Shit. Have to play these blocks. There we go. Oh! Oh, we still took damage. No! Trade those in for a big block of cards. Now we've outscaled the universe. Ha! We will sit on our throne of infinite block. Oh, we have a calipers. Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. Wait, where are my block cards? We did not outscale the universe yet. Because wait, no, I'm still gonna die. No! No! Oh, what a tragedy. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I just like legit die. That's so funny to me. even with the deck with 33 blocks in it. All we have are these attack traps. No! Oh, man. That's probably the funniest thing I have ever seen. Yeah. Okay, so. This character. I would like to confirm my suspicion that there are not many block cards in this set. Because basically what this reads is block for 5. The weird thing is that, like, your block is determined by your health, right? So if I do not have health to sacrifice, I cannot block. And the maximum amount of block I can produce per combat is effectively related to my max HP. So that is very difficult. Like, there are a lot of cards relating to, like, you know, summon a bear. But then the actual cards which produce block are very far and few between. Like, you basically need to participate with the swapping out a guy for block, which is just kind of hard with the amount of HP you have. Yeah, I'm not so sure. There's a weird mixture of, like, wanting to have lots of things to play or lots of cards in hand, which relates to the trap mechanic, but then, like, Like, I'm not sure what to do with them afterwards, I guess. So I had a lot of cards in hand, but I didn't have the right cards. Which is where I guess disassemble is valuable. Switcheroo. Yeah, so like cards like this, for example, where it's like I don't fully understand the... I guess I don't fully understand the point. Where it's like, this is a cool card, but like what is... It's like, it's effectively an energy producing card, but I don't know how it relates to kind of like the core gameplay, which is playing a dude, sacrificing your health, making effectively block, and then you need to like come out the other end before you die. So I think what I would really like is just having like just the ratio of things that can produce block to the ratio of like creatures that you produce and sacrificing HP and stuff. Like I just think things tied to sacrificing HP and Slay the Spire are just like effectively impossible to manage because it's such a like delicate resource. Like HP is like a really, really important and delicate resource in Slay the Spire. So it's hard to sacrifice 12 HP to like summon this thing that'll like probably die at the end of the turn. And even like if we want to look at it this way, this card effectively reads deal 7 damage, gain 12 block. But you still take the HP damage. And in order to like block things and come out the other end of an encounter, I need to be able to take like 0 damage. So that I can like get to the other end. So like the amount of block that I need to produce in like Act 2, basically, like is that things attack me for like 20 on turn 1. And then they're going to attack me for 20 on turn 2. And then maybe they'll do some other stuff. But yeah, a lot of the ways we survived through elite fights were like versus Book of Stabbing, we removed a lot of strength from it, so it effectively couldn't do anything. We survived a lot due to the traps producing like too much block. For example, like I'm gonna block for 50, like that wasn't... Like the reason we survived was because we had that. Whereas this is really asking you to like weigh your max HP against the expected damage that is going to happen in the combat. So for example, I think Hexagos expected damage per turn makes it deal like 80 or so damage by the end of the fight. So in order to survive that encounter, like it just like it would be very hard, you know? It's kind of like, do you have enough HP at the start of the combat or do you not? And then there are like other ways to gain block through like bolster and stuff, but it's not... The problem is like the Rube Goldberg machine of like actually trying to get that to work, right? Where it doesn't really like smoothly produce the block, I guess. Whereas like in Slay the Spire, sometimes you just need 6 block. Because over the course of the encounter, you're going to have like 9 turns of an expected damage per turn of like 15. So you can expect to take over the course of the fight 135 damage based on like the enemy AI. And then based on this character's way of producing block being tied to HP, like you'll just die. So I think that's kind of like the big flaw in this one. Of like what probably like it probably just like doesn't work or doesn't hold up to like scrutiny at like higher ascension or anything like that. There was obviously the thing we mentioned about traps, where like, you know, the scaling on those is a little bit absurd. Yeah, Elite Hunter is a great card name, though. I agree. I do really like that one. I liked a lot of the card names. There was a few that were like really good memes. Where is it? Like, this is hilarious. Minefield. It costs 0 this combat. Yeah, so it's like, and I feel like there's a lot of moving parts with, like, what does 0 cost tribal really, as far as this goes. I like that it double casts brand. There was the comment about brand being like, it's hard for this keyword to be relevant with just this card itself. So, where I would say that like the beginning deck cards are cards you want to be able to leverage because it's the starting power of your deck. So like the way that Ironclad is going to win a starting encounter is by bashing and damage racing. So by having vulnerable this turn and next turn, you just produce a lot of damage and you will probably come out ahead, and then you get your HP back with the relic. Like for Silent, this is slightly higher block than normal, and then this is also block effectively. 0 mana block. Cool thing about Neutralize too is like choosing who to weaken. Like that is usually pretty obvious, but it's like a little mini game you play with that one, you know. So it's kind of like what are your this. It would be hard to leverage Assess Foe in a meaningful way, I think. It would be difficult to put Brand. So, like, Brand 6 is too small for... like, is just too small because it is the same damage as a strike. It would be very difficult to Brand 6 something and then have it mean anything more than just like, okay, well, you do a strike, right? Brand, yeah, so Brand is pretty not amazing. I think particularly Assess Foe is like, I almost want it to start at 10. So like there's something to leverage there, right? Where like now your strike, when it wouldn't have been lethal, actually ends up being lethal because Brand, like 10 is enough such that, or like Brand, you could be like very, very exact with it if you wanted and been like Brand 9. And then Brand 9 is like, specifically, the problem is that like Brand stacks with vulnerable, so like it's okay as an axis of I want to get more and more damage. Like sure, that's reasonable. I just think that finding the right number for what this is supposed to be at would be very, very difficult to find. So it's like, I feel like the base of this should be like, and these are all just like, I don't know if this is correct. I don't actually know if the number is like specifically this. What's more important is kind of the idea rather than the specific number. But like, if this said apply 9 Brand, what that does is it makes your strikes lethal when they otherwise wouldn't be lethal. And then you could say that like, you know, it upgrades to Brand. Then you want it to be like useful versus elites. So like, let's say you would tie this to what your expected damage per turn is, or like damage per recycle, and like how often you're going to draw this card versus like an elite or a boss. So if a boss, if the point of this card is that by the last 2 or so turns of the fight, it dies instead of living, then you would need to like compare the rate of Brand application to like what you're fighting. So if I'm fighting Knob and my damage per turn is like, I'm trying to think of the base deck damage per turn because I don't know what it is. Let's just guess 50, and then our damage per turn is like, I think it's like 12.5 or something. It's less than that because you have to draw other cards, but let's guess 10. Okay. So if we draw this card every 2 turns, and then we deal 10 damage every turn, so we've done 20 damage to a 50 HP knob, it's at 30, and then, like, this card, the amount of times we draw this card, it needs to, like, intersect with, like, how many times you draw it, I guess. Like, this number would be very complicated to come to the right conclusion about. To be useful, I think. Yeah, so I think my numbers are off. Let me just check something really quickly because I'm curious. I know I have the average damage per whatever of at least ironclad. Pretty sure it's ironclad. Where did I put it? I literally don't know where I put it. It's a big old spreadsheet. It's in here? Is it this one? I don't think so. Let's go. New broken Slay the Spire data model. I think this is it. I don't want to pull it up on stream, but once you apply enough to expose any further brand is completely useless. Yeah, there's that too, where it's like you need to get enough to fulfill the condition, and then it's questionable what it does after that. Okay, yeah. So this was like a half decent thing. So I guess damage per. Yeah, let's do damage per energy. I don't know if this is actually, is this correct? I don't even know if this is correct. Yeah, so like a deck that could beat Hexaghost was approximately... it had a damage per turn of like 27. This could kill Hexaghost by turn 8. So, I'm trying to think how that would work with the Knob example. Knob has... How much HP does Knob have? Goblin Knob has 86 HP. So, if we had a damage per turn of 27... and then you reshuffle your deck every... This is a 3-turn deck. So you do 27... You deal 60 plus 21... 81 damage in the first reshuffle. And then you might draw Brand again. So I guess, like, Brand... Yeah. Brand per reshuffle would be... You would have 12 Brand by the time you've done up to, like, around 140 damage. In a deck that is, like, comparable to Ironclad at the end of Act 1. And also 27 damage per turn is, like, relatively low in what I looked into. Keeping in mind the fact that it's not actually dealing 27 damage every single turn, it's just, like, the average damage per reshuffle. So yeah, the intersection between Brand and the required damage per turn of a Slay the Spire character in order to pass, like, the heuristic of beating the Act 1 boss, or beating an Act 1 boss, is, like, definitely very awkward. Like, trying to find that number, and then as Cavalier is saying, like, it's just on or off. And also there's a concern of, like, things that clear debuffs, like Slime. It's just, like, it's an awkward mechanic, a little bit of an awkward card. I like the concept, though, of what this is trying to achieve, which is that, like, you want to have the hunter gameplay where you, like, learn more and more about the thing, and then eventually you take over the fight. Like, sure, I just wonder, like, what this, like, could look like in order to function a little better. Yeah, so, neat idea. It's got cool stuff going on. I appreciate the cards, I appreciate the base mechanic, but it's got certainly some issues. I think just if you are ever attaching your mechanic to life total, you should be concerned. You should be very, very concerned. It is very difficult to balance for that in this game, because it is such a sacred resource in this game. HP. Okay, so hopefully that was fun. I kind of want to play a flagbearer run. So we might swap off. Okay. Yeah. Nah, maybe I should just go. I'm a little tired. Having basically your only defense do self-damage is just a bad idea. I think so. I think in the context of Slay the Spire, that's a really tough sell. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go. I'm a little tired. I can definitely see that how the stream went it was very interesting at the start when we were talking about design things, and then it came a little bit to a crawl, and then it kind of got to the end of that run where it was hard to make forward progress, kind of like shuffling around with the difficulties of the character, and then we really I think that is indicative of what happened this stream, basically. So I wonder how we can do that better in the future, basically. Like, how can we, like, expedite the run of playing the character? Like, maybe the problem, right, is that, like, the run of the character likely does not need to take 3 hours, right? Because, like, you kind of run out of things to talk about. But I find it difficult to have my, like, think about the design things that I want to talk about and then continue playing if, like, there's mechanics that you have to, like, keep up with, right? And stuff. But we'll see. I think I might try to do this, like, once a week. We'll see. We'll take a look at modded character design and Slay the Spire. See how that goes. Okay, so if you're still here, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Hopefully that was interesting. And hopefully I didn't just butcher someone's mod with criticism. I think YouTube didn't like my answer to how to make the runs not drag out. What was it? I might have automatically hit it. Like, do you have... Like, how can you... Was it a joke, or was it, like, a real recommendation? Because I can wait. I would like to know now. I'm curious. But to everyone... Just die halfway through the... Oh, I see. Understandable. Through the run to make the run shorter. Got it. Okay. Well, so if you're still here, I'll say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time. Wednesday we're playing Arknights, and then I think we are doing different things. Sorry, when is the next time I'm going live? I don't actually know. It's, yeah, Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Slay the Spire on Friday. So maybe we'll play another mod, maybe we'll play Flagbearer, I don't know. Alright, see you later, everybody. Bye. Bye.